exposure to find Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Hackney Bridge. Now it's Belvedere for me. Yes, it's goodbye to old Grey Harder. And it's bonjour to find Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Hackney Bridge. Now it's Belvedere for me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone to the Hardcore FM podcast show. I'm your host, Hardcore Declan, of course. It is WrestleMania weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We're all hyped up for WrestleMania, and WrestleMania comes to you tomorrow night and also Sunday night. 2 nights of WrestleMania and WrestleMania 39, of course. Can you believe it's been 39 years of WrestleMania? Amazing, an absolute amazing. Obviously there's so many highlights of WrestleMania that I could remember. The um, brother versus brother at WrestleMania 10, Owen Hart versus Bret the Hitman Hart. Obviously Owen won that night, and then of course the same night Bret the Hitman Hart became WWE champion. So that's probably one of my memorable WrestleManias. Obviously the WrestleMania 21, I think it's 21, where Eddie Guerrero won the WWE champion. Another memorable um, WrestleMania. So many WrestleManias, and go back to WrestleMania 10, of course. The very first ladder match between Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels, of course, and of course they put the ladder match on the map, of course, and then I think it was the following SummerSlam uh, where they had the second ladder match. So WrestleMania seasons, ladies and gentlemen, I'm all hyped up. It's probably not the same as it used to be, WrestleMania, but I'm all hyped up. WrestleMania 39 years of WrestleMania, the very first WrestleMania, of course, 1985. I wasn't even born, guys. I was not even born. WrestleMania 1 was in, I think it was March of 1985. I wasn't born until the August. So I wasn't even born, guys, until the August. But it was 1985, the very, very first ever WrestleMania. Now we're 39 years. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And of course, WrestleMania 39 comes to you from the Eaglewood, California, in SoFi Stadium, of course, over 2 nights of extravaganza WrestleMania. And of course, we will be talking about um, the. Um, I don't even know. I can't even remember. I don't even have my notes here. I don't think we will be talking about the Hall of Fame that I can actually remember who the inductees are. I think Tim White is one, Rey Mysterio is another, Stacy Keibler is another. I can't even remember. I can't even remember there's some other Japanese guy as well, who's also going to be Mewtwo. I think it's Mewtwo. So I think there's like four inductees. Normally there's about 5 or 6. I'm very very disappointed with WWE this year because normally there's like about 5 or 6. I think there's only 4, maybe 5 if you include Tim Wheat. There's Rey Mysterio, Mewtwo, Stacy Kleber, Tim White, and Mewtwo. Did I say Mewtwo already? Or maybe there's somebody else. I can't remember. But there's only like yeah, there's only five. There's only 5 or 4 or 5 inductees, which I'm very very disappointed on. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna do. Obviously, I'm not gonna obviously come back here tomorrow night and do another preview show for WrestleMania Night 2. I'm just gonna do the preview shows tonight, the whole what's gonna happen and what your opinion on who is gonna win and who's gonna lose, of course. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we always do. And just, actually, you know what? Just before we go, before we go, sorry, before we begin, Jesus, we haven't even started, and I want to get the hell out of here. Before we go, guys, what is your memorable WrestleMania song. When I think of a memorable WrestleMania song, um, I'm gonna probably play a bit of a wrestle. I think it was like WrestleMania 10 theme. I think um, this is this is the one I think I remember. I think it's the one. This is the. I think they had it for a couple of WrestleManias. This is the song would be kind of um would remember me for WrestleManias because they had a for I think it was like WrestleMania in probably 10, WrestleMania 11, and possibly WrestleMania 12. And then of course when the Attitude came in, they started playing other songs. But this is the one, and I think as far as I know, Linda McMahon had this as her entrance. This is the one that I remember as WrestleMania. It's this is the song anyway. Let's play it. Before what? It's always ads in this bloody house. It's always ads, and I hate them. Oh god, and more ads. YouTube is wrecked. YouTube is absolutely wrecked, guys. This is the song I remember as WrestleMania. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone to the Hardcore FM podcast show for WrestleMania. And I know I have introduced myself already, but we will go with this. I think it was WrestleMania 11 and 12, I think they used this song. When you hear that song, does it feel like WrestleMania, guys? Wow, that brings back memories. Was that song? That's probably an iconic WrestleMania song. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get in because we have an awful lot to discuss. Because it's a long card. Normally it's only six. They only pay me for 6 matches, but tonight for some reason it's 14 matches or something like that. Some shit like that. Anyway, so they're not paying me enough to do uh, 12, 14 matches there tonight. But we'll do it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the swing of things. Of course, the host of WrestleMania, as you know, is the Miz. He will host WrestleMania, and as you know, he's Hollywood star as well. I was very very disappointed that The Rock. Now we never know, The Rock could show up. I doubt it. I highly doubt it that The Rock will show up. But anyway, let's get into the swing of things. Of course, night one of WrestleMania, of course, and we're kicking off, as we were told last week, with Austin Theory versus John Cena for the WWE United States Championship. Who's going to win, guys? Is it going to be John Cena? Is John Cena going to, give way to Austin Theory and let Austin Theory beat John Cena? Because don't get me wrong, Austin Theory, he is a phenomenal athlete. He's a good wrestler. I think he's kind of, he's learning the business. He's a blue chip or whatever you want to call it. So he's, and of course he's 2-time United States champion. So will like this is a tough one. Like I can't see John Cena winning. Because obviously he has a busy schedule in Hollywood. But I can't see, obviously John Cena winning because even if he did win, he's not going to be around. He's not going to be around to defend the belt unless if he does win, unless he vacates the belt or something on Monday night. I don't know if he's going to be even in at Monday Night Raw, in 3 days' time. But we'll see, we'll find out. But I'm going to go with Austin Theory on this one, guys, to retain his WWE United States champion. So that's my predicament. Now we will move on to Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. Who's going to win, guys? Who's going to win? Obviously, Seth Rollins has to be. To be honest, I'm not a fan of Logan Paul. I think okay, he did try out to be a wrestler back in the day. I just think he's mocking the business like that. That's like me jumping in a wrestling ring where I shouldn't be even in the wrestling ring, and asking to challenge Randy Orton or challenge the Undertaker. I've no business to be in a wrestling ring. So why the hell does Logan Paul, get to be in a wrestling ring when he's just a reality star? That's all he is. He's a reality star, or YouTuber, whatever you want to call it. And of course, he made it big. You know, him and his brother, of course. So doing all these mad videos, and now all of a sudden now they're in Hollywood. Actually, I think Logan Paul lives in Hawaii. I think, as far as I know. Um, but I think he moved because of tax, or sorry, Puerto Rico, some shit like that, because of the tax in California. Typical. Like um, like I can barely keep myself afloat, and this prick is avoiding tax. And to be honest, I think he's doing tax evasion. To be honest as well. But anyway, no, I don't like the son of a bitch. I hate the son of a bitch. I don't really want to talk about Logan Paul. So I hope Seth Rollins kicks his ass tomorrow night at WrestleMania. I hope he does, because just to send them packing, everybody knows, of course, this is only you know, he had a short term contract with WWE. So Seth Rollins, sorry, Logan Paul has a short contract. I think his contract, as soon as that match is over, his contract is expired. So I don't even think he will be at Monday Night Raw. Thank God, because I'll end up turning the fucking TV off. But anyway, sorry guys, I'm a bit caught up here. But Seth Rollins to win. Now we will move on to Trish, Lita, Becky versus Damage Control in a six women's tag team match. Is it for the tag team belts? Or are they gonna, or is Becky gonna defend? Becky and Lita gonna defend on night two? Are we gonna see Becky and Lita on night two to defend the belts? Because that's what the original plan was. Then Trish Stratus came in. Oh god, Trish Stratus came in, and now it's a six-woman tag. But I'm gonna go with Trish, Lita, and Becky to win Damage Control. Um, um, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Trish, Becky, and Lita to beat Damage Control in the six women's tag match. Excuse me, guys. Now we'll move on to Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus Anglo Dawkins and Montez Ford versus Chad Gable and Otis versus Eric and Ivar in a fatal four-way tag team match. Who is going to win, guys? This is a tough one, but I hope I'm going to go with possibly Braun Strowman and Ricochet on this one, guys. Um, you know, but I don't know why WWE, like, I'm not trying to be funny, but they made they literally made Braun Strowman like a mid carder, like teaming up with. I'm not trying to say it's anything wrong with it, but they made him a mid carder when he should be challenging for he's a powerhouse. Look at the size of Braun Strowman. Look at the size of him. He should be challenging for the uh, the WWE champion, or the whatever, the unified WWE champion, whatever, Universal champion. But they made him a mid carder or a tag team specialist, which I don't know. I don't understand why. But anyway, I'm gonna go with Braun Strowman on this one. Braun Strowman and Ricochet to be Angus Dawkins, Montez Ford, Chad Gable, Otis, and Eric and Ivar the Viking Raiders. So that's who I'm gonna go with. Braun Strowman and Ricochet to win tomorrow night at WrestleMania, night one. Now we will move on to Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio in a singles match. Now, obviously, as you remember, how Dominic showed up at his parents' house. He smashed up the place. Going back a couple of months ago, um, he showed up. I think his mum and dad were Valentine's Day. His mum and dad were out, and he showed up there, and was kicking off murder. And if you remember, Dominic Mysterio was actually arrested when he showed up at his mum's house, his mum and dad's house, the first time, and then he started having this persona saying, "Oh, you know what it's like in prison and all that, that bullshit crap." Even though he only, obviously, he wasn't really in prison. They made it as a storyline that he he made it as a storyline. Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry, guys. Getting people. I don't know why people ring me when I'm doing a stream. I told people that I'm doing a stream and they're fucking ringing for no reason. But anyway, that bullshit. That Dominic Mysterio went to prison and all this, and he's yeah, you know what it's like in prison and all this bullshit coming out of him. But could you imagine? Could you imagine Dominic Mysterio beating his father, just basically 24 hours after his Hall of Fame induction? It would be kind of sad, and sick to my stomach, if Dominic Mysterio puts over his father at WrestleMania, I'm going to be sick to my stomach. I'm going to be sick to my stomach. Because obviously Rey Mysterio, he's a legend. He's a Hall of Famer now. He's finally inducted into the 2023 Hall of Fame. So I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio on this one, guys, to beat Dominic Mysterio. But I wouldn't be surprised if Dominic beats his dad. I'd be like, I'd probably be really sick and disappointed, but that they're going to do that to Rey Mysterio. And then hopefully that will end the feud. But can you imagine? Because if you remember WrestleMania 21, Rey Mysterio took on it. Was it Rey Mysterio versus Eddie? And now all of a sudden it's Rey Mysterio versus Dominic, and Dominic is coming out with all this bullshit saying, "Oh, I wish I was Eddie's kid," and storyline going where it was, Eddie was like, "Oh, you're my son," and all this weird shit. Even though realistically, Rey Mysterio is the father. So now we will move on to Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. To be honest, I'm going to go with Rhea. I don't know why I'm going to go with Rhea for this. I don't know why I'm going to go with Rhea, but I think Rhea is going to actually end Charlotte Flair, because Charlotte Flair has been the champion. What has she been champion like less than I can't even remember. Was it less than a year or something like that? I can't really remember. But for some reason, I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley on this one, guys. I don't know why. To beat Charlotte, because obviously it was last year. Charlotte beat Rhea, as far as I know. So I think it's going to be the other way around this year. So that's really it. Now we will move on to Jay and Jimmy Uso versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn for the undisputed tag team champions. Are we going to have Zayn Mania, ladies and gentlemen? Are we going to have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the new tag team champions? To be honest, I don't think they will. But if they do, they do. But I'm gonna go with the Usos on this one, guys. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do change it up and make Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn the champions. I'd be happy. I would be very happy for them if they do mix it up, stuff like that. But I'm gonna go with the Usos on this one, guys. I don't know why, but I would be happy if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn become the champions. And this kind of led up to Mania, where if you remember, Sami Zayn was part of the Bloodline, and the amount of bullets he took for the Bloodline, and then all of a sudden Roman Reigns attacked him, and then he tried to apologize to Kevin Owens, and Kevin obviously didn't want any of it. But obviously we're gonna, we all knew that Kevin Owens was gonna go, yeah. But for kind of like 3 weeks or so, Kevin was like, nah, I'm not doing this. All the stuff you put me through. I've been fighting the bloodline from day one on my own, which was true. And I kind of don't blame Kevin Owens in a way by saying no. But when they hugged in the ring, you know, I was like, yes, they finally gotten past this, because in real life they're real friends. They're basically real brothers. Sorry, not real brothers. They're real friends. So you know they're best of buds in real life. So it must have been kind of hard, you know, to see your best buddy get beat up and then stopping Reigns, and then Reigns handed the chair to Zayn, and he was like, "You do it then." And you could see Sammy, it was really painful to do it. And then, of course, he chair shotted Reigns in the back. And then, obviously, I think it was Jay, I think, punched him. Or Jimmy, I think it was. And then, obviously, Jimmy fucked off. Jay, obviously, attacked him and Solo. And Roman beat him down. And Jay kind of walked away, and it was just like, are you with us? Are you against us? And then there was a tag team match coming up, and then Jimmy showed up, last minute kind of thing, and then we didn't know, and then we thought Jay was gonna like side with Zayn, and then he kicked him, which was like, okay, right, now we have our match. Now we have Kevin Owens now we have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos for the WWE Unified Tag Team Champions. So, I get it now. So, so I'm gonna go with the Usos. I don't know why I'm gonna go with the Usos. Even though I wouldn't mind seeing it kind of a fresh champion in a way. But I'm gonna go with the Usos because they can be slimy fuckers at times as well. But anyway, let's move on to night two, of course, and it's Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre in a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Champion. And Sheamus is the only title Sheamus has never won in his career. He has never won the Intercontinental Champion. He's won the United States Champion. He's won the WWE Champion. He's won the World Champion. I think he was Tag Team Champions. But that's the only gold. And of course, I think Sheamus was a bit pissed because Drew put himself in the line. Of course, in real life, Sheamus and Drew are best of friends. But obviously, on starting line, obviously they're worst enemies. And Sheamus, I think it was last week, Sheamus came out and says, "Oh, I haven't won the Intercontinental Champion. It's the only title I've never won. Drew won it when he first came to WWE. If you remember, he was the chosen one of Vince McMahon, and that kind of went pear shaped. And then he was fired, of course. But Sheamus, was obviously a bit annoyed with Drew, coming in, and he knows. I know Sheamus had his chance. Was it what pay per view was it? Was it Hell in a Cell or something? Was the last pay per view? I know there was a pay per view I couldn't cover because I was sick, I had the flu, and I literally could not focus. That's why I wasn't even around last month. So I think it was it was a Hell in a Cell or something like that. Elimination Chamber or something. Like I can't remember, but I was really really bad. I had the flu and I couldn't even like do the show. That's why it feels like I haven't done a show in months. That's how it feels. But it's been over a month or give or take. Um, Probably 2 months since I've done the show, last show, and obviously last month was I was really really bad with the flu and I was like 4 days, really really sick for 4 days, and at first I thought maybe it was COVID, but thank God it wasn't COVID. It was just a bad flu. So, but anyway, Seamus. Do you know what I fancy? I'm gonna go with the look of the Irish here. I fancy Seamus to actually finally win the Intercontinental Champion. It would be fantastic if he did win the Intercontinental Champion. Um, we'll wait and see, obviously, um, if he'll win it or not. If not, it'll probably be Gunther will probably remain the champion. But Gunther's champion over a year, I think, isn't he? 300 something days or something, some shit like that. So I'm gonna go with Sheamus on this one, guys. I don't know, just for some reason, Sheamus. I just think he deserves to be the Intercontinental Champion, even if it's only for a short term. I just think that's the only gold, that he hasn't won in the WWE, and I think he deserves to win the Intercontinental Champion. And now maybe they'll put the belt on him eventually before he retires. I don't know, but I hope night two of WrestleMania. I hope Sheamus wins the Intercontinental Champion. If not Gunther, I can't see them putting it on Drew. They might push Drew now for probably a championship match, WWE championship match after Mania. We'll see. So anyway, we will move on to Edge versus the Demon Finn Balor in a Hell in a Cell. Now we've seen Finn Balor on the Judgment Day, but we haven't seen the Demon that has been locked away for possibly maybe a year. When was the last time the Demon King has been? Was it last WrestleMania or was it probably before that? I can't remember. So he's been dormant for probably a year or so. So we will finally get to see the Judgment Day version of Finn Balor, or will it be just will you know the demon be kind of on his own sort of thing, because you know what demons kind of like to kind of ride alone, um, but the Finn Balor obviously he's part of the Judgment Day, but will the demon side of things take over and go alone, say? But I know, uh, he's an Irishman, but I'm obviously going to go with Edge on this one. And apparently there's going to be a special entrance for Edge. I think Gangrel is supposed to be coming back and getting involved with Damian Priest or something. Apparently, that's what I heard. So we'll wait and see what entrance will it be. So we'll find out. Um, Now we will move on to Liv Morgan, Raquel versus Natalia and Shayna Baszler, is it? Sorry, Liv Morgan, Raquel versus Natalia, Shayna, Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Natalia and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Cecile, is it? Chelsea Green, Sonya Deville in a fatal four-way tag team match. Who's gonna win, guys? I'm gonna go. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan and Raquel. On this one, guys. I don't really have much to say because I'm kind of running out of time now. Because I do apologise. The dog's barking It's always the same when I try to do something, and I try to tell everybody to be quiet. I try to do a show, can't do a show because people are making fucking noise in this house. I'm getting sick of this crap. But anyway, we'll move on. Move on. Um, we Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Who is going to win? Will it be Bianca Belair? Will she keep her title? Will Asuka finally come champion? I think Asuka. I'm going to go with Asuka, guys, with this one. I don't know why. I'm not really going to give this much time. Because we're nearly out of time as well, guys. So I'm gonna go with Asuka on this. Asuka to become the Raw Women's Championship. Now we will move on to Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Clash of Beast versus Giant. David versus Goliath, whatever you want to call it. And if you seen a couple of weeks ago when the two of them were standing in the ring and Omos put his hand up, it was nearly the same size as Brock Lesnar's fucking head. God damn. Holy shit. And of course, they shook hands and Almost wouldn't let Lesnar go and he stood on his feet, but Almost literally threw him out of the ring. So he's a what's he 7 foot something giant. So that's amazing. But I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar on this one, guys. Just because obviously we're talking about Brock Lesnar here, guys. Brock Lesnar seems to always win. Most pay per views. You know what I mean? Unless it's they're going to take the championship bottom or some shit like that. But I think Brock Lesnar will beat Omos on night 2 of WrestleMania on Sunday. So that's it. So we will move on to. Okay, what's this? Something about Australia. Okay, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Who's going to win? Everybody's saying Cody Rhodes, and I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes, guys, on this one, because we're sort of out of time. I'm getting fucked out of the studio as it is, boys. But sure, what can I do? You know what I mean? That's life. So I'm just going to be short with this one, guys. Yes, probably Cody Rhodes will win, possibly a brand split. I'd say after WrestleMania as well. So I'd say Cody will drop a title, and Raw will have probably a new title. They'll probably make a new title. They'll get rid of the Universal title, and Cody will probably go to SmackDown, I'd say, or Cody will probably stay on Raw, and the WWE champion will be vacated to SmackDown. So we will finally have 2 titles again. We'll have the WWE title. We'll have a WWE title red brand and the WWE title SmackDown brand. So I don't know if they're going to even have blue and red titles like they had before. Bullshit. They didn't have that when there was the brand split. It was just the world champion and the WWE champion on SmackDown. And then I think didn't they kind of switch it around where the WWE title was on Raw and the world champion was on SmackDown, and I think Batista ended up going to SmackDown and stuff like that when he was the champion. But anyway, it will be the first time WrestleMania to live stream on Binge. Is it Binge? In Australia, WWE Network merged under Foxtel's streaming service Binge in January. So it's the first time ever that Binge will be. They obviously merged. There's no such thing as WWE Network anymore. The same as America, where the WWE was bought by Peacock and it's on the Peacock now. So WWE does not exist now in Australia. WWE Network does not exist in Australia now. It's Binge, and in America it's Peacock. Europe it's still the WWE Network, but we haven't heard anything if it's still going to be stayed as WWE Network, or it'll be changed or whatever, because everything changes after years, stuff changes. So that's it, guys. Before we go, obviously the inductees, as I can remember, Rey Mysterio is one, Tim White, the referee, is two, um, Stacy Keibler is three, and I can't remember. I can't remember I think there's four or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know who the inductees are. But anyway, the three, that Stacy Keibler, Rey Mysterio, and Tim White. Congratulations on making the WWE 2023 Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, Tim White passed away a couple of years ago. Obviously, his family will be obviously there to accept the award. So congratulations on the likes of Rey Mysterio, Stacy Keibler, the Japanese guy, Muta. Sorry, yeah, Tim White, Muta, Stacy Keibler, and Rey Mysterio. Congratulations on the 2023 Hall of Fame. I hope tonight makes you proud to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'll probably watch it myself, probably on for 2 hours or whatever after SmackDown. So it's gonna be a long night for me. Long weekend actually for me, because the Hall of Fame is on tonight. Probably be over at maybe 4 or 5. WrestleMania will probably be on till 4 or 5 over the 2 nights. So it's going to be a long night. Um, in over the weekend. So um, it's going to be a interesting weekend, guys. Now we'll do our shout outs, guys. I want to say hello to Drac. I want to say hello to Mary Brown. I want to say hello to Jack Knight Finnegan. I want to say hello to Gravesites. Obviously, I want to say hello to my man in the sky, of course, my brother from another mother, Colin. I want to say hello to Colin. I feel like he's here tonight doing the show, guys. Even though, he's not. Normally he'd be over the other side of the screen helping me out and stuff. But I feel he's helping me in some way. And of course, I want to say hello to my lovely wife, Roisin, of course, the producer of the show. Only for Roisin and Colin, there'll be no hardcore FM, guys. So give them, even one, a round of applause. Because Colin actually started this show. Colin actually started this show. And obviously, he gave me the name, fair play to Colin. So he started the show. He was on I must dig out some archives. He was on one or two shows where my voice is starting to go because I've been talking so long, because they don't pay me enough to do our shows anymore, guys. They do not pay me. And obviously, we want to say hello to retired Guard Officer Noel Fleming. I want to say hello to Garda Officer Anne Marie, and I want to say hello to Garda Officer. Oh God, I can't even remember. If I'm sorry if I can't remember the Garda Officer's name. Oh God, what's his name? I can't even remember, because it's been so long. Um, that I haven't done a show, so I'm forgetting half of my shout outs here. I want to say hello to Dan Oakley as well. How are you, Dan, bro? Love you. I want to say hello to Brian, Aaron, and Frankie. I want to say hello to Matt as well. Of course, those boys keep me going on a daily basis as well. Thanks very much, guys. I do appreciate it. Hopefully, please, God, just please, if you get a chance later on, listen to the podcast, or if you are wherever you are around the world, get a chance to listen to the podcast. I do apologise doing the podcast late. It is 10:20. I need to get out of here. I've been here 40 minutes, and my voice is starting to go, and so on. But I think that's it, guys. I think that's our shout outs. As far as I know, that's our shout outs. Um, but anyway, guys, before we go, guys, I wanna just quick play a quick song before we go. Of course, obviously, I'll tell you the song. I'll tell you the song now in a second. I need to find the song. First of all, if I can find it. Um, but I think that's have been our shout outs anyway, guys. Obviously, I'm talking shit now with this, right? Okay, I'll just put it in. This song obviously is about drugs. In it's about basically around Dublin, about violence, gangs, drugs, people dying, unfortunately. So, this is the song, guys. I hope you enjoy it anyway, guys. I will be back to play our exit video, but please enjoy the song, guys, before I go, and enjoy WrestleMania tomorrow night, guys. Wherever you are tomorrow and Sunday, enjoy the Hall of Fame tonight. Enjoy SmackDown tonight. Guys, I'm out of here. Good night and God bless. See you later.
Song who's infected by the pain, lungs, gurgles, and blood, and they all do much the same. I find it hard to read the paper. Nightmares becoming real. Young people are dying, the parents are crying, and parents don't understand. Oh, all around the town, shots get fired and another man's down. All around the town, young bodies lowered into the ground. We have the police on our streets, where people can't comprehend. Is there reassurance or self-assurance? What choices do we have today? If the people of power are open their eyes and see what they have done. With the marginalization, cultural deprivation, religion is better than cure. Building concrete baskets, government jungles, they give us no other way. Whoa, all around the town, and the shots get fired and another man's down. All around the town, nobody's no one can photograph. Devil makes work for idle hands. People still wonder why so many fans of a generation destroying the nation. I barely watch as a forest. And as the virus gets closer to your door, never enjoy me by your son no more. And you feel like the mist and the least the sheets. So you didn't fear that you had it. Yes, all its ways to ruin the night. I own my child come home till night. All around the town, and the shots get fired on another man's down. All around the town, nobody's low up here for the right. All around the town, and the shots get fired on another man's down. All around the town, and the night gets cold on another the ground.
Wow, what a song, ladies and gentlemen. That's about Dublin, of course, crimes. And now it happens everywhere as well. It happens all over the country. But obviously, it's a Dublin song, Dublin band. Obviously, people dying, getting knifed and bottled, and lovely song. Obviously, but you know that's an awareness. Obviously, the people that it really happens. It's great to hear songs. To try and make parents be aware. That kids are out. They're something happened, or they could be walking home anywhere, and they get attacked and they get knifed and stabbed, and all of a sudden they're dead. And obviously, but it's a lovely song, guys. That was the I think it's the Rattling Coin. I think it's a Rattling Coin band. They do some other nice music as well, guys. As well. So I think they have another song about the Stardust Fire as well. And then I think they have another one as well, King of the Road. No, not the song. It's I think it's about um, the racing, where they race horses. I can't think of the name of the actual thing, but it's basically people that do them horse racing. And it's a nice song as well. I must play it sometime on my podcast. But anyway, guys, that's been our WrestleMania preview show tonight over the 2 nights. I do really, really hope that you enjoy WrestleMania tomorrow night um, and Sunday. Obviously, Hall of Fame tonight. It'll be great to see Stacey Keebler as well, actually, because I don't even know the last time when was it the first Women's Royal Rumble she was in. I thought she would have been in last year's the Royal Rumble. Obviously not. Um, but that's it, guys. That's our podcast show. Been a bit rusty tonight. People making noise and shit like that, but I do apologise, guys. Please smash like. Put that. Give me a thumbs up, guys. Put the notifications on. The next time I go live, guys, you will be notified. And I do hope wherever you are around the world, I hope you do enjoy my podcast, even though sometimes half the time we talk shy. But it is what it is, guys. I am Irish at the end of the day. We do talk shy, jokingly. But anyway, guys. That's me, guys. I'm out of here. Good night. God bless. Slán leat. Má sé de chulé. As an búcail. As in Colleen, guys. Slán.
It's goodbye to O.J. Harder, and it's bonjour to Spine Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Hackney Bridge, now it's Belvedere for me. Yes, it's goodbye to O.J. Harder, and it's bonjour to Spine Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Hackney